Welcome to Good Place Marionville podcast dedicated to highlighting the good right here in Marionville. And happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday, Abby. How's your week been?
It's been good. It's been busy. It's been a lot of fun. We've done some fun things at the bank. We had a bake sale for Disley Vasquez's family,
How
and
did
I
that go?
I think we raised about $4,000
Wow.
just doing that. So it's been really exciting. It's been really fun seeing all the community just come together.
Coming in and
So,
out, bringing baked goods
yep,
and buying them,
a
right?
little bit of everything.
Oh, that's so awesome. I am really thrilled to hear. People love to do hands-on things,
Mhm.
and for the bank to have something like that is huge. And I'm sure it made you guys have a lot of extra activity in the
Oh
bank.
yes, 100%.
That's awesome. Well, thank you to everybody who participated in that and helped to make that happen because I know that all of that will truly be a blessing to her family.
Yes.
We had friends here in town for the last couple of weeks from New Zealand, and that's been really amazing. For those of you that watch Lord of the Rings, that's Middle Earth. So that is where they are from, and they are just on their way back home, like a 19-hour flight.
My
Can you
God.
imagine that, Abby?
I didn't realize how far it was.
Yeah, and it's 19 hours time zone difference.
Oh my
So,
goodness, I
like,
bet it was hard sleeping.
yeah, it's crazy. But they had an awesome time in Marionville. And I thought I would just take a minute to kind of, talk and reminisce about what they saw in Marionville because it was fun to see it through the eyes of a visitor.
Yeah.
Some highlights for them, I believe they will tell you, is seeing the white squirrels. They're very active. They ride bikes and walk. So you probably all saw them walking around town. I'm pretty sure they walked up and down every street in town and saw lots of white squirrels and just really enjoyed, of course, the food. We went to several of the restaurants here in town, and that was a lot of fun just to expose them to. They love small town. They love nature. They really enjoyed. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you travel around the world and spend so much time in a small town," but that's what they wanted,
Yeah.
and we wanted to be here with them. And then of course we did take them to Branson. And so they got to see that
Have to
as
do that.
well. And we went on the showboat yesterday and it was gorgeous weather. So it was perfect for that. And so got to have lots of good experiences with them. And it was fun to see, like I said, the city through their eyes because they were like, we saw this and we saw that.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get pictures of a squirrel. And I
Like,
will tell you, we gave them a Lions Club calendar with all the photos that Randy Smart takes because what a great memento. What a great way to get really good shots of
yeah.
white squirrel.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. But, Abby, as we have realized that it was the first week of real summer here in Marionville,
Yep.
kind of hard to nail down a guest for this week.
Oh,
A
for
lot of
sure.
people have
Yeah.
their plans already. Getting that 1 week in between regular school and summer
Summer school.
school and
Yeah.
all of that, but we have some pretty big plans for the weeks ahead. So at the end of the show, we're going to talk about that a little bit.
Yep.
So I'm excited about that.
We didn't want to skip the news that has been reported, so let's thank today's sponsor first. This episode of the Good Place Maryville podcast is sponsored by the Bank of Billings. Big banks count numbers. At Bank of Billings, we count neighbors. We're proud to serve the people, families, and businesses that make our community strong. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
And this episode is also sponsored by visit marionville.com. It's a curated website of businesses, activities, and organizations in Marionville for residents and visitors to easily find information in one place to fill a need or find a connection. Go to visitmarionville.com today and learn something new about Marionville. And I do want to thank all of the reporters that shared the news that we are sharing with you today. It is so great to have so many people reported in. Abby, we already talked about the bake
Yeah,
sale
I just
on
touched on
on
that.
Monday, and you said it actually has trickled
Yeah,
throughout the week.
throughout the week.
There was so much stuff, so
Hmm.
that is such great news.
Yes.
I found out that our school district received an A rating from Missouri School
Oh,
Rankings.
wow.
We actually rank 16th out of 541. And let that sink in. That is a huge accomplishment. And to be so highly ranked, way to go, teachers, school, administration, students, and parents,
Yes,
because it
yes.
takes everybody.
Yeah, it takes a
It
village for
takes a
sure.
village.
It's a community.
Yes, it does. It takes the bill.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Redeemed Electric turned 7 this month.
Happy birthday, Redeemed
Yeah.
Electric.
And another birthday. Bank of Billings turns 137 on Wednesday, the 14th.
Awesome.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Very good. Happy birthday, Bank of
Ooh.
Billings. That's so good. All right. Marionville Business Connect is coming up next Thursday, the 21st. So if you have been a regular attendee or you've thought about it but never attended, please join us next Thursday here at Central Place from 4 to 5 p.m., the end of the workday. You can get off a little early and come and uh, I think I'll even make some special baked goods for it next week. I have been itching to do some baking, so that would be a good
It'll be
reason.
fun.
Yes, and we'll have some great things that we'll be discussing and look forward to having you all there. Other news, Pickin Patch is actually scheduling field trips and parties for the 2026 season. I will put their number in the show notes for you. If you're not familiar, Pickin Patch is the pumpkin patch, and I'm thinking pretty soon they should have asparagus because
Yeah,
that's
I
some.
saw that.
Did is there some up? I wasn't
Yeah,
sure. I
yeah,
haven't been on Facebook a lot
I
with
saw
having
that.
company, but
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook last week, I think.
awesome.
Yeah.
We'll make sure to check them out. That's
And I
all.
know we love their mums.
Oh,
They're
yes.
so big and beautiful. We get them every year.
Yes, yes. Pick a Patch has a lot to offer. So,
Yes.
a lot of people come from other places to go to some of our businesses, and sometimes we as locals forget to do that.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
put it on your agenda for the next couple weeks to get out to Pick and Patch.
The Ozark Manor kicked off National Skilled Nursing Care Week with the reading of the proclamation of our new Marionville Mayor Angie Brenner and the releasing of white doves, and then they served ice cream in celebration.
What fun.
Yeah. And then today at the manor, Marshmallow, the white squirrel that's been getting taken care of, it got injured, was released onto the property. I saw a video of that today actually on my lunch.
Yes. I'm curious how they're going to keep the white squirrel on their property. But
Yeah.
I don't know if he knows his boundaries, but Marshmallow, hopefully you stay at the manor because everybody's excited for
Yes.
you to be a new resident
And
there.
he might not be there anymore. He might be across the road.
Yeah, who knows? But it's great that they are able to rehab a
Mhm.
squirrel and put him back into nature.
Yeah.
So that's a wonderful thing. So I was talking with Police Chief Mark Webb, and he told me that the police department is in the process of getting new laptops, and they're getting them up and running. That they have already been approved on the budget. They're a laptop that can go from the patrol car into the office and work at the
That'll
desk.
help.
So it helps the officers to be able to keep up with all their reporting and to streamline their work, which is a huge asset for them to be able to do. Also, this week is National Police Week.
Mm.
And yesterday, the department was blessed with an appreciation day hosted by AT&T. They have a First Net program that apparently is for things like that. And it's their way of saying thank you to the officers that for serving the community. And I just encourage each one of us to take the time to thank the
Yeah.
officers for serving our community. You can buy them a coffee or a donut. They like it all. I mean,
Yeah.
they're not afraid to say
And
yes.
it's perfect place downtown to
That's
do
right.
so.
That's exactly
They got
right.
good Pop-Tarts too, if you can't
Great
find a
bake,
donut.
great baked goods
Yeah.
and or a gift card.
Yeah.
But I often see the officers, they're patrolling around
Hmm.
town. Certainly they need to
Yes.
stop and get a coffee
And there's
break.
only a few of them for being a 24-hour operation. They're doing
It's
a really good job.
Yes. So National Police Week. Go above and beyond, making sure to thank our officers.
Yes. The plants are in at the White Squirrel Community Garden, located behind the houses on Mill and Lion. Free produce for the community is coming soon. Local gardeners are welcome to donate extras at the produce stand. And I know Amber Burnley has been working extremely hard on that. And I just want to say thank you to her. And
Yeah.
everybody should be thankful for her to her. Without us having a grocery store, she's doing a very big help for the community.
Yeah, she's
She's
been
doing a great job.
spearheading all of that, has a lot of volunteers. I will say that's another thing that our friends noticed because, of
Hmm.
course, they saw the signs to go to the community garden
Yeah.
and checked it out. And so, what Amber is saying here is if you are growing things in your garden and have extra, be sure to, you're feel free to put things down there as well
Yep.
that other people can share because we are in what's called a food desert. So, this is, everywhere where we can share is wonderful.
Yep.
Okay, speaking of produce, there is a new farmers market in town at Alice Irene's,
Oh,
and
that's
it's going to be
exciting.
every Thursday from 3 to 7. I want to say till August or September. I didn't write down the date, but throughout the summer, It's happening now, right now, as we're speaking. And if I get this out in time, you will be reminded. I don't know if you'll have time to get down there or not this
Yeah.
week. But I was thinking, Abby, I'm going to put it on my calendar as a reminder because so many times I've thought about it either late at night or something after an event has happened. And I've been like, oh, I meant to go. And then
Yeah.
the next week, the same thing can happen if you don't put it on your
I know I
calendar.
need to put it on there to repeat every week.
Yes, exactly. Just a little
I know
reminder
me and
saying
my
it's
mom
out
would
there.
like to go every week.
And
We love farmers
they're going to
market.
have a variety and it's right here in town.
Okay.
So what a great thing to do.
Yeah.
I also was thinking about the fact that recently my mother-in-law has been attending Friday afternoons at the library. And apparently, there's so many programs happening at the library
Hmm.
that we don't even realize. So, how we first found out about it was by stopping in the library and getting a calendar and finding out what's going on. And really, it's great to do that in person. I know there's stuff online, but when you go in and you say, oh, I could do this on Thursday or I could whatever, there's a lot to offer and you can check out the books while you're there.
Yeah.
I renewed my card because it does come up for renewal and made sure mine was up to date because you can actually use apps online to request books. So I was looking for a certain book and so I went on to the Libby app and looked to see if that book was there. And it's a great way to get access to everything from our library and all of the branches. So just want to remind everybody what a great resource we have right here in Maryville at the library.
And sports. Marionville's a big sports place. Everybody loves the sports. And they're
Yes.
coming up with a little league and it's on the way. And they have a new Facebook page you can follow for all updates.
Awesome.
And I love watching Little League. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
When like my cousin just joined a t-ball team, and the other day I went to his game. It's just a bunch of kids playing in the dirt.
Awesome. Well, and so how many of us remember, those experiences for ourselves
Yeah.
and you think, oh, the next generation now is going to have that opportunity to play Little League.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know all the details. They're still formulating it. They're still putting it all out there, but they've launched that and the Facebook page will be in the show links so that you can check it out for yourself and follow along with the progress. Speaking of progress, we know that the 250th Patriotic Picnic is coming up in the city park on June
Yeah, I think
27th.
in a month.
It's happening very fast.
Yeah.
And so I'm just, anticipating that. If people haven't yet, put it on your calendar so you make sure you block that off because this is the kind of thing that you don't want to miss. You don't want to wake up on the 28th and go,
Oh,
oh man, I heard
yeah.
those fireworks last night. I wish I would have
Yep.
watched them.
I'm excited. I'm really excited.
It's really going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the things that we've heard about is, there's going to be a complete hot dog dinner available to everyone, of course, while supplies last. But
Yeah.
I think they're
Yeah.
planning pretty large.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is all free of charge. This has been donated by people for our
People,
community.
businesses. Yeah.
Yes. And so I'm very excited about that. And, Abby, I've heard about some of the games that are going to be played. Have you heard about any of them?
I have heard about the sack races
Okay.
and very old school
Yes.
games, three-legged race. I'm
Have you
really
ever done a three-legged race?
I haven't. I don't think so. And if I have, it's been a really long time.
This might
But
be the time.
yeah, I might. It might be my first time. I'm really excited because I want to be a judge for the bicycle decorating contest.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. So people are encouraged to decorate their bicycles, and then there's going to be like a little parade or something that we'll be able to
I
watch.
believe so.
Awesome. So, just so many fun events, cornhole, people,
Hmm.
just hanging out together,
Yeah.
being together,
A big picnic.
having a big picnic like the good old days, and doing it together. I know that they're still looking for flag sponsors as
Yes.
well. You want to tell
Yeah.
everybody about that?
It's $60 per flag. They want to deck out Marionville red, white, and blue, make
Yeah.
it very American. There's $60 a flag. I already said that. And if you're unable to do that, there's also other ways to help and get involved with running the games, coordinating things at the event in general,
Yes.
judging the bike contest, whatever. There's so many ways that you can help if you're interested.
Yeah. So if you want to volunteer, just put a comment in the show notes or message us and we'll get it to the right person.
Yep.
There's a lot of people involved, and yet there's not like a Facebook page for that. I think there's an event page. Like
Yes.
you can say you're going.
Yeah, but they have a specific page.
Right.
Yeah.
We The world does not need another Facebook page right now,
No, there's plenty.
if at all possible.
Yeah.
But we'll get the message to the right people so you can be involved because they are going to need judges and people to lead contests, and of course, people to play the games.
Yes,
So get
yes.
your family
And people to
ready
eat the hot dogs.
and eat the hot dogs. So bring a blanket. And, they're even encouraging you bring a side dish for your family. If you think, that a hot dog and chips isn't going to be enough, bring along a little bit extra and just plan to stay the evening and enjoy it all.
Yep.
That's so good. All right.
Last week we rated some things in town and then asked the viewers to rate a few things.
Yes. And so we had a couple things for the viewers to rate, and I don't think we had any
I don't
comments
think
on
so.
anything. But if I were to guess, the two things were white squirrel spotting on
Mm-hmm.
a scale of 1 to 10. How do you rate that? And then citywide fireworks every summer. And of course, we were referring to Apple Fest because that's when we usually have and we have Fourth of July
Yeah,
fireworks as well. So we get them a couple times a year. I would say that everybody would rate those both very high.
I agree. I would agree. I would rate them both very high.
Very good. And, so our friends that were just here that I referred to earlier in the show, they were thrilled with how many times they saw the squirrel. And I know for a fact that they used Amber's white squirrel map that
They
was
did.
on visitmarionville.com
It's
to
such a good resource.
help them, look around town and see where there might be
Mm-hmm.
some. Like we said, they don't have, permanent addresses at any of these homes, so it's hard to know where you're going to see them.
Yeah.
But I did want to mention that the Lions Club calendar, which is a great resource of pictures as well as
Mm-hmm.
being a calendar, photos all taken by Randy Smart, fresh ones put in every year. Those calendars are actually buy one, get one free. So you can go to the Gathering or Alice Irene's. I think there's still some at
Bank.
Bank of
Yep.
Billings. And the Lions Club is willing to give those now at buy one, get one free. It is May.
Yeah.
So, we're getting into the calendar year, but if you still have a wall that's been needing a calendar, it's perfect. It's also just great to share.
If you just want some pictures of some white squirrels, it's
Yes,
right here.
multifaceted. So be sure to get your calendars and get them all sold out and help the Lions Club at the same time. Abby, anything about the Lions Club you want to mention? I know you just had a meeting
We
yesterday.
did just have a meeting yesterday, and I got to meet Jim and Martha's friends. It was very fun. I loved getting to know them and just meeting them in general. They are also a part of the Lions Club in New Zealand, which I
Yes.
thought that was very cool and very interesting to hear about. Um, am I
You know
forgetting?
what I'll mention just while you're saying that is Teeny is in charge of actually what's called the Leos in New
Mm-hmm.
Zealand. So it's the younger people version of the Lions Club and so like 13 to 18-year-olds. So I thought that was interesting. And
I
I'm
know she said that, and I was like, I barely missed the cut.
yeah. But, I'm curious if that's something that Marionville would ever want
Yeah.
to get involved in, because then you can, transition into what you're doing now as an adult
Mm-hmm.
with the Lions Club. But she told us about many things that they've
Mm-hmm.
done, and she's also getting ready to go to the International Lions Club meeting in Hong
Yeah.
Kong in a
Yeah. Hong
couple of
Kong.
weeks. So pretty exciting.
Very
So
exciting.
I love what the Lions Club does.
Mm-hmm.
I encourage anybody who is curious about our only civic organization in town. The
Yeah.
second and the fourth Wednesday of every month, they meet for lunch at Alice Irene's.
As a
Your
guest, your first time is free.
That's right, and you
And
you can eat lunch with Abby.
yeah,
She'd love to have you. So that's awesome.
and Jim.
And
Like it's always
Jim,
fun to have lunch with Jim.
oh yes, and so many other
Yeah.
Lions members.
Yeah.
So it's a great thing. So okay, let's look ahead a little bit, Abby.
Next week, we're got some exciting news. Smart Insurance is going to be back on the show. We're going to have Lauren Lehman. She's got big news to share, and it might be helpful with the hail damage we just had. We might need to hear from a insurance expert.
There you go.
So,
And she said, we got to be clear. I'm not giving any insurance advice or anything like that because everybody's policy is different,
yes.
but yet we know that this has affected so many people. So it'll be, if it ever can be fun to talk about something hard, it's going to be with Lauren. So this will
For
be
sure.
this will be a great show next week. We're going to miss you, Abby, because you're going
Yes.
to be on
I will be
vacation,
in Florida.
suffering in the sunshine,
Yes.
right?
Oh no, at the beach.
At the beach. Don't get too sunburned.
Oh, I will.
Oh, you will.
It'll be I get pretty tan, but it's my first time
Yeah, the
out in the
beginning of the
sun,
year is
so
tough. You
yeah.
can get red right away.
Yep.
So that's great. Well, we are looking forward to the weeks ahead where we have some guests lined
Hmm.
up. So we're going to get through this vacation hump with the
Yep.
two of us, and then we'll look forward to this summer of weekly shows for the Good Place Maryville podcast. Do you want to go ahead and thank our sponsors?
Okay. And thank you again to Bank of Billings and visit maryville.com for sponsoring today's podcast. You can become a sponsor or report good news by email at goodplacemarionville@hotmail.com.
Share this podcast with a friend and people that maybe have lived here before and they want to just stay in touch and know what's going on in
Yep.
Marionville. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified when each episode releases.
Thank you for joining us for Good Place Marionville podcast. Keep your eyes out for the good, and together we can celebrate Marionville.